What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cam show. We got the NFL playoffs, baby. The divisional round. I cannot wait. I'm super geeked up. Obviously, my Indianapolis Colts are out of the whole playoff picture, just like I assumed, just like I saw coming, year in and year out. But first of all, I want to start off with a really cool game that I think is going to be legendary. Obviously, it's between two greats, between Tom Brady and Drew Brees, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Saints, baby. I love it. I love the matchup. And what we do know is, look, Drew Brees and Brady, they matched up back in college. This was in year 1999. Yes, 1999. The flip phones weren't even there. You know, like, that's how long ago that was. You know, we're over 2 decades. Crazy to me. Insane. Back in 99, Purdue played Michigan. Obviously, Michigan won with Tom Brady, 38-12. Brees that game had 293 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Brady had 250 yards and a touchdown. You know, it's crazy. That was back in 99. Now let's fast forward to now, 2021, in the playoffs, divisional round. Now we have them both facing each other. This is great for NFL. I think this is amazing. Obviously, I think this game is going to be a lot more closer than what the Saints have been doing this past year. Beat them 2-0 in the series in regular season play. You know, but Tom Brady, we have to give respect when respect's due to the GOAT. 31 playoff wins, most of any quarterback in history of the NFL. Crazy, most ever. And that's held by Tom Brady, the GOAT, no doubt about it. You know, Tom Brady balled out last week versus the Washington team. 381 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brees on the flip side. Look, been in and out. Look, we understand only one Super Bowl champion, MVP. But look, I get it. You know, Tom Brady has 6 Super Bowl championship rings. I get that. But I even said this is my 3rd year for the Saints to win it. I got to go Saints here. I'll take the 3-point spread. Look, I think the Saints, why am I going the Saints? Not because they both have great offenses. I get that. I'm going the Saints because the Saints have a better secondary than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season, their weakness was their secondary. As we look, you know, we keep going. Teams will be able to score on them a year after, you know, towards the end of the season. Obviously, you know, when they matched up, Tampa Bay matched up against the Rams in the regular season, that's when I said, you know what, I don't think Tampa Bay is going to win a Super Bowl. Obviously, I'm judging one game through the whole season, right? But, you know, we're talking caliber defense here. Rams top 5 defense in the league, and I would even put the Saints in the top 5 defense in the league. Tom Brady's going to have a long day, I think. I think the Saints have to put pressure on him. I get it. This is the Sunday night game. You had to put pressure on Tom Brady to win. You really do. You had to put maximum pressure on it or else he's going to pick you apart. Obviously, like I said, Drew Brees and Kamara. Look, you know, Kamara's been balling out. You know, last game, 99 yards and a touchdown, and that was kind of light on Kamara. You know, coming back from COVID, dealing with all that. Look, the Saints are going to be ready to go, and they're going to be fired up, and I cannot wait. I think the Saints win. Obviously, if they put pressure on Tom Brady, make Tom Brady make a mistake here or there. You know, maybe one interception. That's my all you need then. You know, one pick here, that's fine. You know, for the Saints, they just got to get that leverage. They got to start off fast, and I want to see Sean Payton coach like he's a Super Bowl champion. You know, last week had some questionable calls. I thought against the Bears, opening drive, go to forward on 4th and 4. He elected to play it smart. Look, you know, sometimes playing it smart's great, but sometimes you got to gamble to win. You know, and we're talking the Saints here. We're talking Drew Brees in his 40s now. He's going more towards the end of his career. You know, so, hey, you're going to have to go all in here. You know, how many years does Drew Brees really have? We don't know. You know, this might be Drew Brees' last year, off into the sunset. You know, I hope he wins the Super Bowl, but you got to beat Tom Brady first. And then who knows, you might have to beat Aaron Rodgers next week. It gets harder and harder, but look, I'm going Saints here. I like the matchups. I like the Saints defense, and I like the Saints running game. I think the Saints front 7 is so underrated here. And I think they're going to run all over the Bucs, and I think the Saints are going to get it done. I'll take the 3 points. 52 is the over-under in this game. You guys can decide that. I would lean more towards the over in this one. I understand it's the playoffs, you know, harder defense. I get that. I think both these quarterbacks, obviously Drew Brees and Tom Brady, greats. They will pass the ball come second half. You guys mark my words. I got the Saints, baby. Let's go. Then we got the Rams versus the Packers. The Packers are coming in at 6.5-point favorites, which they should. You know, Aaron Rodgers, he should be MVP this year. I believe he is favorite, according to some sites out there, some experts. Look, dude, 48 touchdowns tied Hall of Famer Dan Marino in a single season. Obviously, it wasn't the most. The most by a single season quarterback is who? Peyton freaking Manning, baby, with 55 touchdowns in 2013. Crazy. Peyton holds the single season record with 55. Hats off to Peyton Manning, one of the best to ever do it. But look, like I said, Rodgers 48 touchdowns this year. He's 11-8 in the playoffs. Look, I get that. Only one Super Bowl as well, like Drew Brees. But, look, I've looked at the Packers this year. They're great. Offensively, they can score on anybody. My whole thing is dealing with the Green Bay Packers is their secondary legit? I still start to see flashbacks of their secondary for the past 5 years. And where's that taking them? And we saw the matchups even back in 2013 against Kaepernick and the 49ers. To me, their weakness has still been the same, the Packers defense. And that's what scares me. And I get it. It makes sense. Green Bay is favorite. They should be. They've had a better season overall. They got, what do you know, Aaron Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. A lot of people would say, you know what, Cap? Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT of the league right now. I would disagree with that right now. But I'm saying overall GOATs, I still got to go Tom Brady. But look, dude, for Aaron Rodgers right now, he will win MVP this year for the 2020-2021 season. He should. No doubt about it. I'm not denying that. My whole thing is I want to see Aaron Rodgers win another Super Bowl. And I think if he doesn't win this game, I really think Aaron Rodgers is going to request a trade. Who's they got? I get it. Devontae Adams, his primary target. He needs other people as well. But I think with Green Bay is their defense. Now, on the flip side, dealing with the Los Angeles Rams. Look, there's a lot of upside here. You guys know what Aaron Rodgers is. You've experienced it. Look, Aaron Donald and Ramsey on that defensive end, that's really what it comes down to. Are the Rams going to stop Aaron Rodgers? That's what it boils down to this whole game. Now, if the Rams have problems with Aaron Rodgers, you mark it. Packers will win. 6.5. I get that. 100. But Goff, and I think Goff has a huge chip on his shoulder. He has to have a good game. Because if Jared Goff throws for 1 or 2 picks, definitely 2 picks, it's over. The Rams will lose this game if Jared Goff throws for 2 interceptions, let alone 1. But to me, the difference is the Rams defense versus Green Bay's offense and Aaron Rodgers. That's what it boils down to. Is Aaron Donald going to put pressure on Aaron Rodgers? That's what it comes down to, right then and there. Are you going to let Aaron Rodgers sit back there and pick you apart? Are you going to make him make plays? Are you going to hit him every time you touch him? You have to. You have to put pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Because if you don't, it's over. So I think this is obviously the Rams have a better defense than Green Bay. Offense, 100% Packers. I get that. They got the better offense. But I think looking at this matchup, this could be a bad matchup for the Packers. I'm saying that because Aaron Donald, I get it. He's been hurt here and there. Ribs, I bet he will play tomorrow. You mark my words. He will play. No doubt about it. Aaron Donald, he has to play. I love the Rams coach, McVay. I like him. But look, dude, the Packers, I get it. 6.5. 45.5 is the over-under. I think this would be an over game. I would go with the over if you guys are bet on the over-unders games. But look, dude, I'm going with the upset here. I'm going with the Rams. I hate to say it. I'm going with the Rams because why? Defense wins championships. And I get that. You got one of the best players in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers. I get that. One player can't win you the game, though. One player cannot win you the NFL game. In basketball, I've seen it done before, a person win a game. And a lot of people are like, well, it's a team sport as well. But look, I've seen it individually happen. But in football, it's a different story. It's a different story. And I think the Rams, the difference maker is their defense. Their defense and them to keep Aaron Rodgers off the field. And I think Jared Goff is going to have a massive game. But I'm going Rams with the upset here. I know it sounds crazy. On paper, it makes sense to go with Green Bay. On paper, it's like Green Bay, no doubt. 6.5, 100%. But I think if we see a Rams team who's been experienced, they've been experienced. Now I will say they have been inconsistent throughout the year. That's been their nag. But I think if we see an A+ defense from the Rams and an A+ Jared Goff, you mark my words, the Rams will beat Green Bay. It's going to be an uphill battle, no doubt. The away team, I get that. But overall, I'm going with the Rams, baby. LA Rams over the Packers. Upset alert. That's my upset. Then we got the Ravens versus the Bills. The Bills are 2.5-point favorites. Playing at home. The way Josh Allen's been playing. Josh Allen last week, 324 yards and a touchdown versus the Colts. Diggs, 6 receptions on 128 yards and a touchdown as well against the Colts in that playoff matchup. Look, but I'm telling you right now, I'm going with the Ravens. I got to go Ravens here. It makes sense to me. Why? Because of Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is the X factor in this matchup. Last week versus Tennessee, he threw for a pick early. He bounced back like a champion and won the game. He had 136 yards rushing and a touchdown. Yes, I get that. One pick. He had 179 yards passing as well on top of that. But I think Lamar Jackson, he's learning every game. He's getting better, tremendously better, game after game. When we saw him last year versus Tennessee, he threw for a couple interceptions, and it was all downhill from there. And then this year, he threw for an interception early. He said, you know what, I'm going to bounce back, put the team on my shoulders, and win this game. And that's what he did versus the Tennessee Titans. And that makes me believe he can overcome any obstacle. Lamar Jackson is that it factor. I'm going Ravens here. I'm going with the underdog yet again. And I know a lot of people are going Bills, but the Bills' weakness is their secondary. It's their secondary, and when they go deep, and I think Lamar's going to have a heyday running. And if Lamar doesn't run that much, I think it utilizes tight ends a lot. Lamar likes to throw those tight ends on the fade routes, so I like that. So overall, I'm going Ravens because they had the better defense as well. Ravens have a low-key, nice defense that's really underrated. They held Derrick Henry, the best running back in the NFL, last year in this past game last week in the playoffs, to under 100 yards rushing. I mean, you could have asked for more. You could have asked for a better performance for the Ravens defense. So I think we're going to see that against the Bills. And they're going to put pressure on Josh Allen. And I think the difference maker is Lamar Jackson in this game. He's the X factor, just like Josh Allen. I get that. But I think overall, I think the Ravens have a little upside on their defense and their special teams. And Lamar Jackson, his ability to escape and make plays down the field, that's the difference. So I'm going Ravens here. 49.5 is the over-under. You guys can decide that. I would lean more towards the under. I think it's going to be in the 20s, low 20s there. But look, I'm going Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. They are going to win this game, and I believe they will play Kansas City for their divisional championship and then obviously the Super Bowl. So I'm going Ravens all day here. You guys can take the 2.5 for the Bills at home. I get that. I'm going Baltimore. I'm going Lamar Jackson. Roll Ravens, baby. No, it's not Roll Titans. Roll Ravens. Let's go, Baltimore. Take off. And then we got the Browns versus Kansas City. Kansas City coming in 10-point favorites. It makes sense. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl MVP of 2020. Look, could they repeat this year? Very well. I mean, they got guys like Kelsey, guys like Tyreek Hill. I mean, dude, explosive. One of the best offenses in the league, if not the best offense in the league right now. And we got like 3 of them playing this weekend that have great offenses. I cannot wait. And I think the difference is Mahomes in that offense. Can the Browns stop Mahomes? Can the Browns put pressure on Mahomes to force him into bad passes, into interceptions? Can they? I don't think so. I think it's going to be vice versa here. I think the Kansas City's going to try to put pressure on Baker. You know, Baker, what a season this year. You know, all the way leading up to this point, won his first playoff win. You know, first playoff drought since 2002 for the Cleveland Browns. I think the Cleveland Browns should sign Baker Mayfield to a long-term contract, like I've been telling you guys week in and week out. Long-term contract for Baker's due. You know, 263 yards and 3 touchdowns versus Pittsburgh in the playoffs with the dub. Amazing to me. You know, obviously, you know, Cleveland Browns heavy underdogs. You know, this would be a huge upset if they did pull this out in Kansas City. Now, can they? It's possible. How's it going to be possible? It starts with Baker Mayfield in that offensive line. If they keep Patrick Mahomes off the field for most of the game, look, the Browns can really stay in it. I know it sounds easy to say, you know, keep Mahomes off the field, keep that explosive offense off the field. They can score in under a minute. We get that. You know, but I think as well, the Browns, they have to utilize their run game with Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb last week had 18 carries on 76 yards. I think he needs to have a better game versus Kansas City if you guys want to make this a game. If you want to have a shot in this game to really beat the defending Super Bowl champions in Kansas City, that's what it's going to take. And then Landry, 5 receptions on 92 yards and a touchdown last week versus Pitt. Another big week. He needs to have a heyday this game. I think Landry needs 2 touchdowns. I think Baker needs a throw for 4 touchdowns. You know, Baker and Patrick Mahomes, they matched up in college way back from Texas Tech versus Oklahoma. Obviously, amazing matchup, and I believe Baker won that matchup. But look, this is a completely different story, right? You know, they come from college, kind of like Drew Brees and Brady. In college, played against each other. Now they're in the big leagues playing against each other. Same thing with Baker and Mahomes. You know, playing against each other now. It's amazing to me. It really is. It's better for football. It's great for football. You know, overall, I got to go Kansas City here. Now, would I be mad if Kansas City lost? Absolutely not. Like I said, this would be a huge upset. But I'm going Kansas City. Now, if you guys think 10 is too much, go money line Kansas City. Go money line. 57 is the over-under in this game. They're expecting it to be high scoring. I would lean more towards the under still, but, 57 is a lot for a playoff game. It really is, but Kansas City, they have an explosive offense. They can score at will. But like I said, the X factor is definitely how good Mahomes is going to play. And the same way with Baker as well. But I think that the difference is, are the Cleveland Browns defense really that good? And I don't think so. Not good enough to stop Mahomes in that offense. That's what it boils down to. I think Baker's going to have a good game. I think this will be a great game, but I'm going Kansas City, but I would love to see an upset. Can the Cleveland Browns upset? They got a long shot, but it's possible, like I said. Keep Mahomes off the field, and it's very possible. But overall, the whole weekend is going to be a great, great NFL playoff weekend. Obviously, my lock pick, obviously I don't like to do a lot of lock picks for the playoffs, but my lock pick this weekend is the Baltimore Ravens over the Buffalo Bills. I just think Lamar Jackson, the way the Ravens have been playing recently, it's scary right now. And I think they're gonna go in to Buffalo and handle business. Will they win by a lot? I don't think so. I think they'll win by maybe double digits, like 10 or 11 points. But I think it'll be closer than what people are saying. But I'm going Baltimore here. That's my lock pick. Then obviously my upset pick of the week. I want to say the Ravens are an upset pick because it's really a coin flip. But my upset pick of the week is definitely the Los Angeles Rams over the Green Bay Packers. I mean, I really think the Rams defense is really underrated, and it's really one of the best in the NFL. It really is, and I'm telling you, their ability to put pressure on the quarterbacks is amazing to me, and that's the difference right there. So I'm going Ravens, baby. It's the NFL playoffs. It's here, baby. It's the Clown with Cab show. Let's go!